Hello. I am going to be talking about the Aboriginal Australian culture today. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn my ringer off. It was actually super interesting learning about this culture. The Australian culture is one of the world's oldest living traditions. They offer a lot of really cool, deep lessons about resilience and communication practices and history that can broaden our understanding of really what human connection is and can be. And they also help us communicate with deeper empathy and respect, in my opinion. So, a little preview. Today I'm going to cover 1, the history of Aboriginal Australians. 2, I'm going to cover the current cultural values and communication norms. And last, I'm going to talk about what we can learn from this culture to improve our own communication skills. It is one of the oldest continuous artistic traditions in the world, stretching back to 50,000 years ago, which was long before Stonehenge and the pyramids, which is just fascinating. So my first main point is historical information. According to the National Museum of Australia, Aboriginal Australians have lived on the continent for more than 60,000 years. Like I said before, that makes theirs the world's oldest continuous culture. Crazy. Their societies were traditionally organized through kinship systems, dreamtime stories. They used a lot of astrology. I'll get into that in a little bit. And oral traditions that guided spiritual and practical life. I'm a yoga instructor, so I love that they practice their spirituality even that long ago. Colonization in the late 18th century brought violence, displacement, and attempts at cultural erasure. This included the stolen generations, where Aboriginal children were forcibly removed from their families. And it's just important to understand that their history is one of both just profound connection to land and community. They just, despite the oppression and the violence, they still just valued connection. So, my second main point is current events and cultural practices. The Australian Institute of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Studies, that was a long sentence, they explained that the Voice to Parliament referendum highlighted both support and resistance to Aboriginal self-determination. Quote, "Today, Aboriginal Australians continue to fight for land rights, political recognition, and health equity. For example, in 2023, the Voice to Parliament referendum, it sparked the national discussion on Indigenous self-determination. They talk a lot about collectivism, which emphasis on family, kinship, like I said, and just community and responsibility. So just definitely making sure to fill that role of community and kinship. And then connection to land, so their country is not just geography, but it's a part of their identity and spirituality. So an example for that is, this is actually really cool, in the Aboriginal film Samson and Delilah. It's directed by Warwick Thornton. It shows just how silence and resilience and shared struggle can communicate just as powerfully as words can, which is what we've talked a lot about already in our past chapters for this course. Let's see. Sorry, I'm talking pretty slow. There's just so much. I guess I can talk about this really quick too. So one study on Aboriginal communication patterns notes that silence can serve as a sign of respect and deep listening rather than disinterest. Kind of like what I just said. Sorry, in my notes, I must have said that twice on accident. Anyways, my main point, the third point, what we can learn. So Aboriginal communication emphasizes listening and patience. It reminds us that not all communication needs to be rushed or verbal at all. A lot can be said in silence and our body language. Storytelling highlights how narratives preserve identity and values across generations. So that's something that we can bring into our everyday life and in the classroom as well. Learning about this culture helps us grow as communicators by challenging ethnocentrism, and it encourages us to value the different rhythms and teaching us how to communicate. And yeah, at the bottom before my conclusion, I put together a list of some little fun facts about this culture. And it's called the didgeridoo. It's one of the world's oldest instruments. It comes from Northern Australia, and it's been played for at least 1,000 years, which that's just fascinating to me. I mean, the idea of sound itself is just really cool. I play the panda drum, and so it's really cool seeing how even thousands of years ago, people were making vibration and noise, and it really helped them. So it's pretty cool. The instrument is made from a eucalyptus tree, hollowed out by termites. And yeah, so music often combines the instrument with clapsticks and voice to create rhythms used in both their storytelling and ceremonies as well. And then one more fun fact I have, this is really cool. Aboriginal Australians have some of the most detailed star knowledge in the world. They use constellations like the emu in the sky to track seasonal changing, and then it also guided them for when they were hunting as well. So that's really cool. And then my conclusion to bring everything back together with my thesis and my summary. Aboriginal Australian culture teaches us that the power of history, the importance of cultural values, and the wisdom of unique communication practices. So by reflecting on their history, engaging with their present struggles and expressions, and adopting their lessons, especially on communication, we not only learn about another culture, but also how to better our communication ourselves and to carry on their old traditions and to value and honor their culture as well. So I feel like a lot of, especially in today's world, that really gets neglected, our ancestors, and that's why we're here. So yeah, anyways, okay.